Backhand index pointing right, no one cares. Jesus Christ motivation speech. No one cares. This is not just a question, it's a pain that many people feel silently. It's that moment when you're going through something heavy, and it feels like no one notices, no one checks on you, no one understands what you're carrying. In a fast-moving world, people are busy, distracted, and focused on their own lives, and sometimes that makes you feel invisible. But here is the truth the teachings of Jesus Christ remind us of. Backhand index pointing right, your value is not decided by how many people notice you. My dear friends, just because people don't see your struggle doesn't mean it's not real. Just because people don't clap for your effort doesn't mean it doesn't matter. And just because support feels missing doesn't mean you are alone or forgotten. No one cares, feels strongest when you expect others to understand everything you're going through. But the reality is, most people are fighting their own battles. They may not ignore you on purpose, they are just dealing with their own struggles. And when you understand this, something powerful happens. Backhand index pointing right, you stop taking everything personally. You stop waiting for validation. You stop depending on attention. Instead, you begin to build your own strength. You start showing up for yourself. You start respecting your own journey. You start believing in your own worth. And this is where your power comes from. Because now, even if no one is there, backhand index pointing right, you are still standing. At the same time, the message of Jesus Christ reminds you that even when human support feels limited, you are still seen, still valued, and still guided. So you are not completely alone. And you are not completely dependent either. You are balanced. My dear friends, this is the real transformation. You don't let loneliness break you. You use it to build independence. You don't let silence weaken you. You use it to strengthen your focus. You don't let lack of support stop. As you go deeper into this message, you begin to realize something even more powerful. No one cares is not your weakness, it is your awakening. The teachings of Jesus Christ remind us that sometimes, when external support feels missing, it pushes you to discover your inner strength. You may still notice silence around you. You may still feel that people don't fully understand. But now, you don't let that control you. Because something inside you has changed. My dear friends, this is where independence becomes your identity. You stop waiting for someone to motivate you. You stop expecting someone to fix your problems. You stop depending on others to push you forward. Instead, backhand index pointing right, you become your own support system. You wake up and push yourself. You face challenges with your own courage. You keep going even when no one is watching. And this is powerful. Because now, your progress is real. It's not based on praise. It's not based on attention. It's based on discipline and belief. No one cares, at this stage becomes clarity. You understand that not everyone will walk with you. And that's okay. Because your journey is yours. You don't need a crowd to move forward. You don't need approval to grow. You just need consistency. And at the same time, the message of Jesus Christ reminds you that even if people are not always there, backhand index pointing right, you are still seen, still guided, still valued. So keep moving forward. Stay focused. Trust yourself. Because when you truly understand no one cares, you don't slow down because of loneliness. You speed up because of purpose, building a life with strength, discipline, and unshakable self-belief. As you continue walking in this mindset, you reach the most powerful stage. No one cares turns into complete freedom and unstoppable focus. The teachings of Jesus Christ remind us that when you stop depending on the world for attention, you gain full control over your direction. You are no longer distracted by who is supporting you. You are no longer affected by who is ignoring you. Because now, your focus is clear. My dear friends, this is where true power begins. You move with purpose. You act with discipline. You stay consistent without needing motivation from others. No one cares, at this level is no longer painful, it is liberating. Because now, you understand. Backhand index pointing right, you don't need validation to grow. Backhand index pointing right, you don't need attention to succeed. Backhand index pointing right, you don't need approval to move forward. And this realization gives you unstoppable momentum. You stop wasting time on distractions. You stop overthinking people's opinions. You invest all your energy into your goals. And slowly, your life starts to transform. You become more productive. You become more focused. You become more confident. Not because people suddenly started caring, but because you stopped needing them to. At the same time, the message of Jesus Christ reminds you that even when human support is limited, backhand index pointing right, you are still guided, still valued, still not alone. And this balance makes you powerful. You are independent, but not empty. You are focused, but not disconnected. So keep moving forward. Stay disciplined. Trust your path. Because when you truly understand, no one cares, you don't feel left behind. You rise above distractions, take control of your life, and move forward with clarity, strength, and a purpose that no one can stop. As you move into the final stage of this message, you reach the deepest realization: no one cares was never meant to break you, it was meant to build you. The teachings of Jesus Christ remind us that sometimes, when the world feels silent, it is giving you space to discover who you truly are. You are no longer searching for attention. You are no longer chasing validation. Because now, you are centered within yourself. My dear friends, this is where true mastery begins. You control your emotions. You control your focus. You control your direction. No one cares, at this stage becomes wisdom. You understand that not everyone will support you. And you no longer need them to. Because now, your strength comes from within. You move with confidence, even in silence. You stay disciplined, even without recognition. You keep going, even when no one is watching. And this creates a powerful life. Not distracted. Not dependent. Backhand index pointing right, but fully focused and self-driven. At the same time, the message of Jesus Christ reminds you that even in your independence, backhand index pointing right, you are still seen, still valued, and still guided. And this is the perfect balance. You don't rely on the world. But you are not alone. You don't need approval. But you still have purpose. So keep moving forward. Stay strong. Stay focused. Because when you truly understand, no one cares, you don't feel empty anymore. You feel powerful, living a life driven by purpose, discipline, and unshakable inner confidence that no external opinion can control.